Sweetheart. You mustn't choose Liam. He's a total mama's boy. After marriage, Mrs. Murphy will make your life hell. Pick Jason. He's just an overlooked illegitimate son now. But he'll eventually rise to power in the Anderson family. In my past life, I trusted those live comments and chose Jason. The result? He abused me throughout our marriage, causing 3 miscarriages. When I finally escaped home after the last one, I found Sophia clinging to Robert's arm while chastising me. Why do you always provoke your husband? Ivy? You're so immature. Robert glared coldly. Stop embarrassing our family with these marital problems. Send her back. They returned me to Jason, where I was beaten to death. Now reborn, I watched those fake live comments reappear. This time, I won't play their game. Sophia clutched my arm with faux concern. Who will you choose? Sis? Jason seems perfect. Disoriented, I finally realized I'd traveled back in time, turning to see this viper who'd lived in luxury as Liam's wife while I died screaming. I dug nails into my palms. Liam and I grew up together. Mother always wanted the Murphy alliance. Sophia feigned worry. But Liam's spineless. I heard Mrs. Murphy's terrifyingly controlling. Isn't that why you complained about her strictness? She'd dominate your marriage. Exactly. Robert chimed in. Their gazes briefly meeting. What if she mistreats you? The live comments exploded. Listen to your family or regret it. Hurry. Liam's bringing his mother. Jason's waiting outside. He'd die for you. Alarm bells rang. Last time, both men arrived simultaneously. Choosing Jason made Liam storm out furious, permanently damaging Murphy relations, though Mrs. Murphy still despised Sophia after their marriage. I steadied my breathing. Father, wouldn't backing Jason now drain our resources without guaranteed returns? Robert's eyes gleamed. Nonsense. Use your maternal family's assets. We'll preserve the Anderson fortune. Now I saw it, the naked calculation he'd hidden before. Live comments swarmed. Marriage is rebirth. Trust family. Jason brought his entire savings, so sincere. I nearly snorted. What assets could an illegitimate son have? The doorbell rang. Liam entered with Mrs. Murphy's imperious presence. Jason trailing behind. Resolve crystallized. I choose Liam, to honor mother's wishes. Sophia's grip became vicious. I jerked free, revealing bleeding nail marks. What's wrong with you? Ivy. I'm sorry. She sniffled. But you promised Jason. You even gave him that matching ring. What nonsense, my words died seeing Jason's hand. There gleamed my lost custom-designed ring, the one that disappeared after Sophia last visited my room. The live comments kept rolling as icy realization struck. My sweet sister had been scheming from the start. Sweetie. Don't blame Sophia. She just wants your happiness. Jason truly has potential. You won't regret choosing him. Hurry and accept before the Murphy family pressures us. Otherwise that old witch Mrs. Murphy will humiliate you. Taking a deep breath, I confronted Jason. Are you sure I gave this to you? Ivy. I know you're shy. But I'm sincere. Jason produced a ring. I've prepared all my assets. I want to spend my life with you. Mrs. Murphy sneered. Ivy. Are you two timing? However low the Murphys fall, we won't compete with trash. This arranged marriage. Since Mrs. Murphy objects, let's cancel it. I declared. Our families were equals seeking a stronger alliance. But as you witnessed, my father Robert insists I choose Jason, even stealing my designs for him. Now I can't marry anyone until the police investigate. Mrs. Murphy froze. Robert flushed crimson. Nonsense. You gave those designs willingly. Those were my competition entries. I'd never share them. Especially with some stranger. I pulled out my phone to call the police. But Sophia smashed it. Sis. Stop embarrassing us. She simpered. Everyone knows you've been with Jason for ages. I'll marry into the Murphy family instead to save face. She turned to Mrs. Murphy. Don't worry, the alliance stands. I laughed coldly. This marriage pact was made when my mother lived. Even without me. Some bastard daughter can't replace me. Mrs. Murphy. Help me report this theft. Afterwards. I'll gift your family the Nanjing contract as thanks. Jason. You'd better prepare your confession. Mrs. Murphy hesitated. But Robert raged. Ungrateful brat. How dare you ruin our family? Me? Or your scheming mistress daughter? I glared at Sophia. Ask her, does trash deserve the Murphy name? Sophia's eyes darkened before she whimpered. I only want your happiness. Marrying Jason was always your dream. Enraged. I slapped her. Shut your lying mouth. Crack. Robert knocked me to the floor. Enough. Mrs. Murphy stormed out with Liam. As I struggled to follow, Jason grabbed me. Ivy. Trust me. I'll give you everything. Live comments flooded in, sweetie, he's your soulmate. Forget Liam. His mom's awful. Don't miss true love. Laughing bitterly. I shook off Jason. I'll never marry you. Robert turned purple with rage. You'll wed Jason in 3 days. Over my dead body. Fool. Robert roared before softening. Our company's collapsing. Jason's family controls essential factories. I stared at this man who'd sell his daughter to a loser. Last life. Jason beat me whenever frustrated. His business skills non-existent. Even if I married Jason, it wouldn't save the Anderson family's legacy. It's a shame Robert can't see that. He just wants to give his daughter the best. Sophia will always be his favorite. I was about to argue when Jason declared. Don't worry. I'll treat Ivy right. His serpent-like gaze made my blood run cold. Sophia chimed in sweetly. Why don't we send sister to Jason's place today to bond? I stared at her, recognizing the venom in her eyes, and felt my hope wither. Robert snapped his fingers, and bodyguards began dragging me toward Jason's car. I fought desperately, but Robert backhanded me twice across the face until blood filled my mouth and my ears rang. In that moment, I realized my nightmare from the past life was repeating itself. Hot tears spilled down my cheeks as Jason's shadow fell over me. They said the Anderson heiress was spoiled. But this is beyond expectations. He sneered. Don't worry, I'll be gentle. His predatory smile made me shudder. I wouldn't live through this again. I wouldn't. The car accelerated. Streets blurring outside. Better to jump than let him beat me to death again. Jason grabbed my wrist with a cruel laugh. Stop struggling. Ivy. I won't let you die easy. I sank my teeth into his arm until he howled. Then lunged for the door handle. Tires screeched as we suddenly halted. Jason yanked my hair and struck me so hard I nearly blacked out. The driver stammered. Young Master Anderson. That car, its fear choked his voice. Jason froze, releasing me instantly. Relief flooded me, Ethan had arrived. When I glimpsed Ethan's icy glare through the window, I finally let darkness take me. I awoke in a lavish bedroom to Ethan's voice murmuring about handling the Andersons. Groaning. I stirred. He ended his call and turned with a smirk. Still breathing? I see. Thank you. Ethan. Words are cheap. I coughed weakly. You'll get the Nanjiang project. I'd prepared 2 exit strategies, offer the deal to Mrs. Murphy if she helped. Or the Holmes family otherwise. Since Mrs. Murphy refused, no surprise. Given her precious Liam, Ethan became my lifeline. Marrying him beat being Liam's widow again. Especially knowing from those online rumors that he'd eventually choose Sophia. Just thinking about it turned my stomach. Ethan leaned against the bedpost, his black dress shirt straining over defined muscles. I swallowed hard. What if we got married? He barked a laugh. I'll take the project. But your family's crumbs don't interest me. Not the Andersons. The Whites. His amusement vanished. Sitting up, I pressed. The White family, my mother's lineage. One of the 4 great families. Ethan's eyes narrowed. 3 days to prove it. 3 days before he'd send me back to the wolves. Back to being sold to Jason. But this time, Sophia would taste the hell she'd crafted for me. Let her marry Liam and discover Jason's affection firsthand. When Ethan returned next morning with a contract, I signed without reading. No negotiations? He raised an eyebrow. You're saving me. I smiled bitterly. I'd be a fool to haggle. Our engagement announcement exploded across social media within hours. Rest well, Ethan said, adjusting his cufflinks. The real battle starts now. Grandfather White's lawyers were already circling. Soon, Robert would learn what true consequences felt like. When my mother passed away from depression after discovering my father Robert's affair and his illegitimate daughter Sophia, who's only 6 months younger than me, Robert wasted no time bringing his mistress's child into our home just a month later. My grandfather offered to take me in, but I refused. I was determined to protect my mother's shares in the family business at all costs. Last time they stole my inheritance after I died. But not this time. After recovering for a few days, I decided to return home. First, I visited the Murphys to formally break off the engagement. Mrs. Murphy remained displeased, but ultimately relented due to the Holmes family's influence. To compensate for canceling the engagement, I offered, I'll transfer all logistics contracts from our downstream subsidiaries to your family. There's one condition: Liam can't marry any Anderson women. Don't worry, Mrs. Murphy scoffed. We'd never accept a bastard child. In my previous life, Liam had ended up with Sophia through some scheme despite his mother's objections. Their marriage flourished while mine became a living hell. Hearing this assurance lifted a weight off my shoulders. Ethan accompanied me to confront the Andersons. We arrived to find Jason's family causing a scene at our doorstep. You promised us an alliance, Jason's mother shrieked. We're not leaving until you explain this betrayal. I did a double take when I saw Jason, his face swollen like a pumpkin with bandages covering fresh bruises, shooting Ethan a questioning look. He shrugged. He resisted when I came for you that night. I grinned and gave him a thumbs up. The live comments suddenly popped up again. Heroin babe. You're making a huge mistake with this villain. Ethan's got serious anger issues. Open your eyes. Poor Jason lost his girl. Choose wisely. Dad and sis are stressed AF. I'd forgotten these only appeared around Sophia. No matter, I'd ignore their nonsense. Sophia gasped dramatically when she saw me. Sister. You're back. I strode in arm with Ethan. Jason nearly combusted when he saw us. Ivy. You, his words died when Ethan stepped forward, instinctively shrinking back. This is my wife Ivy Anderson Holmes, Ethan declared, dropping a bombshell. The Andersons erupted. Married? What about our Jason? Jason's mother screeched. Robert. You owe us a bride. The same woman who'd egged on Jason's abuse in my past life. My nails dug into my palms until Ethan gently pried them open. Who dares insult my wife? Ethan's glacial tone made her flinch. But she kept ranting. Steal our bride? Replace her then. Gladly. I interjected. Sophia looked wary as I continued. I know you've always envied my position. Congratulations, you can marry Jason instead. Sophia recoiled. Never. I'm meant for Liam. Laughing, I handed Robert the annulment documents. The Murphys cancelled the engagement. Perfect timing. Here's footage of Sophia stealing my ring from the studio. Should I send it to police or the media? Robert's face hardened. Sophia will marry Jason. No. Sophia wailed as I smiled. Justice tasted sweet. Ivy froze, while Jason beside me looked at me with disbelief in his eyes, followed by a flicker of venom. I smiled. This lifetime. Sophia. You'll get to taste the bitter fruit you planted yourself. When Jason's mother heard the news, she immediately panicked. This is unacceptable. Why not? Do you honestly think Jason's current reputation, status, and capabilities make him worthy of me? I scoffed. Ethan took my hand, declaring, exactly. Ivy's my wife now. Which means the Anderson family only has one daughter left. Unless our dear father here can produce another secret love child, this discussion is over. The live chat exploded with comments, "What's happening? This is chaos. The female lead married the villain and pawned the rival off to the male lead? Is this a joke? She'll regret this. Everyone knows the home's heir has a violent streak. The rival girl's been scheming non-stop. Honestly, her father meant well, that affair was forced on him. He only brought her home after her mother died destitute. He stayed single all these years raising both girls. But look how the weddings turned out." I nearly laughed at the scrolling excuses. Since when did anyone force Robert to cheat? Forced helplessness? That woman could have gotten an abortion unless Robert had secretly approved it. How dare this cheating scum play the victim? Sophia grabbed my arm tearfully. "Ivy," I shook her off. "Don't call me that. My patience ends here. Sophia. Marry him now. Or I'll call the police. You can explain your crimes to the officers in jail." Turning to Jason, I sneered. "You wanted the Anderson connection? Well, you and your mother have no escape now. No one but Sophia will touch you. Marry her. Or I'll make sure the home's heir gets very interested in the evidence I hold." Jason flexed his fists before relaxing. "Fine. An Anderson daughter's still an Anderson. I'm not losing out." Sophia desperately tugged at Robert's sleeve. "Dad. I won't marry him." I shrugged. "Both your daughters are settled. Why cling to outdated notions?" Seeing Robert's reluctant nod, Sophia paled. "You win this round, Ivy. But this isn't over. Please. Compared to your schemes, I'm still amateur hour." I smirked. "Do enjoy your precious Jason. Make sure you two stay glued together, forever." After Jason left, Ethan went to finalize wedding preparations while I confronted Robert in his study. "You want a dowry too?" Robert mopped his brow. "Since when do you make demands? Ivy? Why shouldn't I? Refuse. And I'll publicly renounce the Anderson name. Imagine the stock plunge." My smile turned icy. "Don't forget, I could always seek help from grandfather's side. The White family might enjoy this scandal." The bluff worked. Though I doubted my maternal relatives' support after their past indifference. Robert capitulated. 3 hours later, I held proof of his financial crimes and walked out with $300 million, my mother's entire inheritance. From jewelry to cash reserves. Sophia confronted me that night. Mask finally slipping. "You think you've won? This isn't finished." I flashed my phone. "Check the headlines. Both Anderson daughters are officially engaged. Try backing out now. And Robert will break your legs himself." Her face drained of color as she saw Ethan's official announcement alongside Jason's reluctant statement. "Dad wouldn't abandon me, abandon? You're the one who kept praising Jason as perfect husband material." Unless, I stepped closer. Savoring her flinch. "You knew he was trash all along and still tried to trap me with him?" For the first time, real fear flickered in Sophia's eyes. "Here's your choice," I whispered. "Marry him quietly. Or discover how creative I can get with revenge. Cross me. And you'll beg for prison. You dare? See if I don't." I swung my hand and slapped Sophia hard across the face. "I have Ethan Holmes. What do you have?" Sophia widened her eyes. Speechless. The live comments exploded across the screen. How could she do this? We're fine with the heroine being ruthless. But why treat the sister like this? Sophia genuinely cares. She's trying to make up for past mistakes. Jason will rise soon while the antagonist falls. Ivy's doomed when that happens. I chuckled at these scrolling words. Sophia. Though I didn't know how you fabricated these comments. You must be panicking now that I've derailed your plans. Your desperation will force your next move. I'll be waiting. That night, water glass in hand, I overheard Sophia's frantic whispers through her door. The system's failing. She's not buying the comments I've programmed. A mechanical voice responded, Host. The protagonist's self-awareness is awakening. Increase emotional manipulation through fabricated narratives. Convince her Ethan is the villain. Or face elimination. So there was a system involved. Pathetic parasites feeding on each other. Last life's deception wouldn't repeat itself. This time, I'd sever every escape route. My marriage would become the springboard to break free from the Andersons' control. When I warned Ethan about the upcoming logistics deal, the same project that made Jason the family's golden child last lifetime, his laughter rumbled through the phone. Ivy. You're more vicious than I imagined. What did he do to deserve this annihilation? Blood debt. After his prolonged silence came the agreement. New comments materialized as I hung up. Don't ruin our OTP by marrying the antagonist. Jason's about to make it big. Don't throw away true love. I pulled the blanket over my head. These fools romanticizing toxicity. They'd never understand the bruises hidden under long sleeves. The hospital visits disguised as accidents. Jason's redemption after my death meant nothing. Epiphany came too late from an abuser. At dawn, Sophia dragged her luggage downstairs. Jason invited me to move in early. We're cultivating our bond. By all means. Her timing matched perfectly. Jason had rushed to secure that fateful project after my anonymous tip. Their victory party invitation came wrapped in gloating. Change your mind yet? Jason's unstoppable now. Keep your trophy. I want freedom. Not damaged goods. Our weddings coincided. While Ethan's guests included Wall Street elites and senators, Jason's venue stood embarrassingly empty. Sophia's final act was demanding equal inheritance. Why does Ivy get $300 million? I'm Jason's lucky charm. Robert's fist slammed the table. That's her mother's trust fund. Greed becomes you poorly. Sophia. Her pallor didn't stop her grabbing the $30 million check sufficient for the coffin she'd soon need. As I adjusted my veil, real-time comments flickered. Jason's the true hero. This marriage won't last. I smiled. Let them watch how thoroughly a reborn phoenix burns counterfeit goddesses. But I didn't care. As long as Jason and Sophia got married, and I could stay with Ethan to escape my past life's fate, I was content. Ethan's arm tightened around my waist as we watched guests mingle. You seem unhappy, he murmured. Nonsense. I clinked my glass against his with a smirk. I'm thrilled to watch them rise to glory only to come crashing down. The higher the climb, the harder the fall. The hangover hit hard next morning. Blinking at Ethan sleeping beside me, I shrugged. Adults understood these things. No regrets. 3 days later at the family gathering, Sophia arrived caked in makeup despite the sweltering heat. Her high-collared dress confirming my suspicions. She flinched when touching her neck. Jason just loves me too passionately. Marital bliss. You know? Absolutely. I nodded solemnly. Jason shot me a venomous glare before storming off mid-dinner for a phone call. Weeks later, Sophia's scream crackled through my phone. Ivy. You stole the Anderson family's doc. Jason got ousted. This is your doing with Ethan. Merely warned him about Jason's reckless deals. I purred. Did you think your fake comment system made you invincible? Her shriek pierced my eardrum. You knew. You watched me marry that monster. You chose this fire. Sophia. Enjoy rotting together. The screen fizzed black as I doused it with water. Downgraded to a cramped townhouse. The fallen power couple's misery amused me. 3 months into my marriage, a battered Sophia crawled into my corporate office, now fully under my control after ousting Robert. Sister. Please. She clawed at my heels. I'll die if I stay. Return the stray to her husband. I ordered security. Her screams echoed through the lobby as they dragged her back to Jason. 6 months later. Headlines blared. Sophia hacked Jason to pieces with an axe. Police found her cradling the weapon. Eyes vacant. When Robert suffered a stroke, I hired a hulking nurse with anger issues to care for him. Survival sufficed. Ethan and I now ruled the city's financial heart. As our business pact neared expiration, I prepared divorce papers until the pregnancy test glowed positive. Confronting Ethan with a torn condom wrapper, I froze as he sucked my fingertip. Eyes darkening. Sweetheart. His breath ghosted my palm. Didn't you realize? My entire fortune's already yours. Keep our heir and me. The man had hidden his inner romantic well. But considering the billions he'd handed over, I supposed this little heir deserved a last name upgrade.